All right, welcome back to Secret Base Trainer with GM out for week 2. We're having Alex Koch, 4-time world championship competitor, stepping in his place. We'll be opening some packs, talking about the Rayquaza set coming up this week, as well as the 30th, watching an episode of the anime, and more.
Sweet!
All right, so today's episode, Alex, last week we started this new series, this podcast series, and we played episode 1 of the Japanese anime, which is Ho-Oh is probably my favorite Pokemon, and Ho-Oh, as you know, made a debut in the very first episode of the anime. So that's probably it's a basic answer. That's probably my favorite episode of the anime because Ho-Oh was revealed that far back.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember that. I watched as a kid, but I don't know all the ins and outs of the story and the lore and all that fun stuff. So this will be fun.
Okay, and before we discuss the topics for today and catch that episode, do you know what this is?
I mean, it's a Koraidon. That's all I know.
Okay, this is the card game. They did this really cool. Like I like kind of in-game artifacts that are brought into the real world. Now, this is the Vital Book from the games, but they did. It's this whole deck box. It's really, you could throw cards in there. It's all my loose packs and stuff.
That is really cool.
I thought it's really cool. It's massive, and they made kind of like a journal-size version, so it's a little bit more accurate to size. But
it is a cool little piece of art. What? How do you get that? Like in Japan, like how do you just go to a store and buy one? Like
this is a couple years ago. This is I think it was a Pokemon Center exclusive, and it wasn't one of those things that sold out immediately. But I said, I need this, so I got one to be actually used. I have a spare set, that's unopened. It's one of those really cool items. So they make so many different accessories, but this again, it's like you reached into the games and brought it out into the real world. So
yeah, no, absolutely, cool. That's really cool.
And you may have noticed my pack box is getting exceedingly low. I need a re-up. We're having a hard time in Japan, but I did get a box of Mega Dream. This is my last box. This is box 23. I hate Pokemon so much. I'm like 70% of the set done. I've gotten 23 boxes. Yeah,
that's hard. That's hard to complete a set.
Yeah. But that being said, we have Storm Emeralda this week, and that's actually the first topic. So I think I'm going to open 5 packs of Mega Dream, and the anime we're going to watch. This is episode 2. Okay, and then the first topic of the day is Storm Emeralda. So actually, before we went live, I noticed on some of the card news sites that all the cards have been leaked.
Yes, they have.
And I'm really trying hard not to look at them. But the one thing that was really cool about me, Storm Emeralda, that I was particularly excited about was they have. I'm calling them centerfold cards, but they're kind of. I believe that the name being given to them for this set, at least, they're legendary stadiums.
Yes.
And I thought that's really cool. And this is something that we, of course, like you've talked about before, the Legend era, we had kind of dual Pokemon cards, but never any stadiums. What do you think about these?
I think they're great. I'm always a fan. I will always knee-jerk reaction a thumbs up to new mechanics. And I feel like the legend pieces have always something that people wanted to come back, and they kind of did it with like the V unions. But people are like, that's not the same thing. You can't trick us. So this, I think, is a nice little like, hey, thumbs up. And like the cards are good. I'm sure they'll see play. We have a couple ways to like search your deck for both pieces and everything. So like, I think you'll see a lot more counter stadiums and decks and that sort of thing. But like, they're cool, really cool art. I'm curious about the pull rates. Too. Yeah. Like, how hard is it going to be to get both halves and all that fun stuff? So no, I'm a big fan of these.
Cool. And I actually don't know about the pull rates either. I do know on the official Pokemon card channel on YouTube, I guess that they're not packaged together like what the Union cards were. Actually, they were all packaged together, but apparently these aren't. They were in separate packs, which was, I thought, kind of interesting. And also these, I guess these can be played separately, right? You don't have to play both at the same time. Is that accurate? or do they require both?
You should have to play both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, it says you can only put this card into play from your hand with the other half of Legendary Summit or Lava Lake, whatever it's called.
Okay.
So yes, you have to have both in your hand. But like I said, there's ways. Most importantly, Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking is still in format, and that's one that lets you put 2 cards on the top of your deck. And as long as you can find a way to draw those 2 cards, like it's easy to search it out.
Sure.
So like I don't think they're going to be it's not going to be a pain point of the decks. But I also don't think that they're going to be necessarily like built around either.
Okay.
I was trying to remember one of them. The Lava Lake is the the evolutionary or legendary Lava Lake will be the one that like sees a lot of play.
Okay. Do you think these are potentially competitively viable, or is it too early to tell? Or
I think they are. I think all of them have a really good effect. So the water one heals, like anytime you heal double. So that's just inherently, that's like good. I think that'll see niche play.
Okay.
Like it won't be in every deck, but decks that heal, yeah, sure. The sky one, the one with all the cool flying Pokemon around it. That lets colorless take 1 less. Yeah, so colorless Pokemon are worth 1 prize less, and so that'll see play in like colorless decks like Toucannon and the new Rayquaza. And if anyone starts playing Terapagos again, like that'll see play, but
okay.
But the lava one is the one that everyone's talking about. It makes evolutions have no abilities.
Sure.
So that's just good. It shuts down Dragapult.
Yep.
So if Dragapult loses their draw engine early game like that, they're just relying on lilies. And if they don't have a counter stadium, they can get shut out of the game really fast.
Okay.
So that'll see play, and like a couple other, if Toucannon actually ends up becoming insane, like people are thinking it will be, then like this will be good against Toucannon as well. So
cool. Okay. Well, I want to ask you about Toucannon at some point later, but one thing I was really the card game, especially hearing from you, it sounds like there are always things that could be done to kind of spruce it up and make it a little bit more, or rather less stale. And I thought this is really cool. And kind of the V-Star Union cards, I remember there were only a handful of those. I remember the Mewtwo, the Lucario, we had the Pikachu one, and I thought,
did Lucario have one?
Was it Lucario?
No, I think it's just Morpeko.
Oh, Morpeko. There was Morpeko.
Mewtwo, Pikachu.
I believe there were 3. There was a three pack.
It might be Lucario, and I'm just like, that card was so bad that I just don't commit it to memory.
Sorry, no, it wasn't Lucario. It was Greninja and Zacian.
There you go. Because you're right. I thought there was a metal one. So
yeah, and I always kind of thought, I did never use them or anything, but I thought that's really cool. I wish they did more of that. And I thought, well, they have 3 of these in the set. This is cool. Maybe they're not going to underutilize them like they did in other sets. But at the same time, all of these they're in the Japanese, at least, they're legendary stadiums corresponding to Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. So I thought, oh no, this could just be this thing only, and then we're never going to see these again.
Which also wouldn't be unprecedented. Like I think V unions were problematic because they're hard to balance, and once you put 4 attacks on a Pokemon, it's like, what do we do?
Okay.
But the flare tools from Phantom Forces was one that we thought we were going to get more of. Like these 2 flare tools came out, we're like, oh, we're attaching tools to our opponent's Pokemon. That's so cool. And then we never got another one.
Okay.
So who knows? Because there's the legend sets were 4.5 sets.
Sure.
And so like
okay, have to see, I guess. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. And one thing that has really been happening, we're not going to discuss it a lot today, but whether it's facial recognition technology or different policies implemented at one major convenience store here in Lawson, we used to sell boxes. They're not allowed to sell boxes anymore. Toys R Us, I would always count on being able to go to Toys R Us and apply for a lottery to get a box, they'd take off the shrink wrap. But I walked in and I said, why haven't you guys done your lottery yet? They said, this time we're only day of. People walk in, line up, and we sell 3 packs. So getting boxes is a lot harder this time.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And Owen, I'm going to keep saying it because it's wholly his fault. GM is a terrible influence. He'd get me to have a sealed collection, just one of each item. But like day of, for me, I'm just going to be riding around my motorcycle for that morning for 5-6 hours and picking up. I'm going to aim for 3 boxes worth of loose packs, but it's going to be different this time around. I'm not expecting to get as many things. It's a Rayquaza set, and then also the limitations being put on customers now.
I mean, that Rayquaza is going to be very expensive.
I keep like three times, 2 or 3 days a week, I'll go into card shops, to try to pick up singles. And like you said, I notice all the Rayquazas have jumped in price.
Oh yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. And I gotta say one thing. I don't know if you caught this before or not. But one thing I'm particularly excited about for this set is the release of this card. He's getting his first ever card. Do you know who this is?
If you give me 10 seconds, I will. That's our Aaron.
Okay. Oh, you know very well, right?
I have no idea who that is.
Okay. Well, he's an obscure character. He was only ever, I think he was introduced in the Gen 3 games. It's either that or Gen 4. He's the secret base guy. He introduces secret bases to you. He's basically our theme character for this channel. This is where the secret base trainer was a trainer class in the games. And he's kind of like the guy who introduces to the players, hey, this is what secret bases are. You can buy items and add them to your bases and stuff. And like from the flags he's wearing to the color schemes, that's where the channel, got its aesthetic inspiration from. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
I had no idea. Imbalances in my Pokemon knowledge. That card will actually see play too.
Oh, good. Okay, that was going to be the next question. Is it competitive? I was going to say, please don't break my heart. Okay, good.
Yes. Piggybacking off what we had, the effect is it searches your deck for 3 supporters and stadiums, or stadiums. So like you grab a supporter for next turn and grab both halves of your stadium, like your new shiny stadium that you can play both halves of. So like, yeah, that is pretty good. And even if you're just playing like a normal deck that plays just like a regular stadium, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a good pull.
Yeah. Are these, I don't want to get you off topic too much, but are these that hard to pull in English?
Yes.
Are they pretty rare? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think they're basically, I don't want to say 1 per box, but I've gotten so many of them, and like this is like a $3-4 card here in Japan. I really want the English versions, but it sounds like they're at a premium. They're a lot harder to get than they are in Japan.
I mean, let's see. That Mega Halucha, it's $6. Yeah, I'm looking at the price difference. $3.50 for the Japanese, $6 for the English. So
okay, because like at some point because the languages are reversed.
Yes.
In English and Japanese, I kind of regard it as an alt art card that wasn't ever released in Japan. So I want all of them. But
I really do like that they kept that from the first time they did the megas.
Yeah.
Where they had the languages switched. Like that was good because as much as we can like groan about the implementation of megas this time around, the one thing that they did right was they kept the art style.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Aaron, or however you say his name, he is very good, and we'll see.
Yes.
In a lot of decks.
Great.
Many decks will play maybe 1 or 2 of him.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm excited. That means I need to get 4 of the. Apparently, there's an SAR. I would assume for this, so I need to get a bunch of copies of this then.
Yes, and it has. That's the only card that has not been revealed via PokeBeach.
Oh.
Every other artwork has been revealed. That's the only one that I have that is not on PokeBeach at this time.
PokeBeach looking out for us on Secret Base Trainer, keeping us in the dark. Appreciate it. Good stuff. Well, I'm excited. Hopefully, it'll be as good as you say it is. That's really cool. I definitely need 4 copies now.
Oh yeah.
There's another, actually, they'll have these releases, and then they'll throw kind of auxiliary items to go, with the main set, accessories, like sleeves and deck boxes. But this time around, they also have these 3 starter sets, and I'm sure that you'll get these at some point in a different form. The Eevee, the Zoroa, and then the Niauha.
It's not Sprigatito, is it?
Oh yeah, in English, yeah, it is Sprig. I think you might be right. Meowscarada or something, right? The final evolution.
That's
maybe?
the final. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, if it's not competitively viable, I don't know the Pokemon.
So on that note, what do you think about these? I mean, they're kind of side products. Have you heard anything about any of them being good?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think I have. I mean,
Okay.
just looking at their numbers, their attack costs and everything, it doesn't look overwhelming. I forget what the I haven't heard too much. Now, granted, I'm not a great person to talk about like future stuff because I usually try to stay like right now based.
Sure.
I know the Rayquaza set is actually like kind of insane though. Like that's why I'm like, okay, like a storm is coming, pun intended.
Okay.
But no, I haven't seen any hooping and hollering about this. I might be completely wrong, but like, you know, just trying to hedge my bets.
Okay. This was ages ago, like Sword and Shield era. They had these high class decks with an Inteleon and then a Gengar, and I think they were seeded like it was 1 in 10 boxes or 1 in 30 that had an SAR, like the Gengar VMAX, like he's VMAX and he's sucking up everything in his path.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep, since then, I managed to get both of them when they were still cheap, but since then, they have these releases that they very well could have all arts in them, and they haven't. I was looking at this one, I was thinking, gosh, it seems like the timing is right. I mean, there are a lot of lotteries out there, but people are gonna just get it and then forget about it. This seems like the kind of thing that they could throw in like SAR treatments. It doesn't sound like that's the case, but yeah, I don't know if there's any viability competitive wise. I was just thinking, at some point they're going to do it again. They're going to throw in these very rare treatments of them, but apparently not this time.
I think with these kind of cards, like you'll see these printed as just regular like illustration rares.
Okay.
Like they have been doing so much of, like where every card's getting an illustration rare. That's I think the treatment that they will see. You might see these potentially as like a store promo as well, but like these will be at the end of a set, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, sure. All right, so that's it for Storm Emeralda. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the 30th celebrations. Okay, we're continuing to get a slow drip of news. I think to date it's so early in the pre-orders. I've only applied for about 15 across different shops, and there's a slew of products. Here, of course, we have the starter trio, those promo cards, 9 total versions of those. I think then we have the Umbreon box. I think there's 4 total products, and then the starter packs. But what was interesting for me, and I can't tell you how many times I've gone back and enjoyed looking over what we discussed, the analysis for that. One thing that kind of caught my eye, there was a 30th card that was revealed with an Executor. I'm sure you saw this, but if it has 6 or more energy attached, it gets 250 plus 250 HP, so like 400 HP. Are there any cards out there that have higher potential HP?
Well, so if you have 6, it'll make it 400. That would be the most. There has never been a direct mechanic that says 400 specifically. But I mean, there have been cards that are like every energy attached to this Pokemon, you get a 20 extra HP. That's been in effect quite a bit. And like, now granted, you're going to need a lot more than just 6.
Sure.
But like your theoretical no extra frills, no extra nothing max is now this card. But it's still not the highest printed. Also, not to burst your bubble, but this is terrible.
Sure.
I am sure there, because like the thing about Grass right now has a lot of really good support. So like I could see this this in theory,
Mm-hmm.
with Meganium and like a Teal Mask Ogrepon and like a Venusaur, like you can get there. There's a lot
Okay.
of pieces involved,
Mm.
and you go, ooh, shoot, 400 on a single prize, or ooh, that's pretty good. And you're healing when you're attacking, not bad.
Mm.
But it's a lot of moving pieces for like not the world's biggest payoff.
Okay.
There will be people trying to build this at your like locals and like maybe win a couple games here and there. I'd be
Okay.
shook if I ever saw this in a top 8 in the regionals. I wouldn't be shook if I saw it like in a day 2 regionals, just someone getting really lucky with matchups.
Okay. So how about like on your side? Of course, we discussed the 30 cards that were teased, the ones that everyone was particularly excited about. Are there any of the other cards we see? There's going to be a load of Pikachu cards and a lot of cards like this. Are there any that kind of have gotten you interested? Is there anything potentially that could be good?
Like in standard?
Yes.
I believe the Ditto is one that people are talking a lot about.
Ooh, okay.
It's you just get to search your deck for a Pokemon and switch it. Like it's 2 colors energy, flip a coin of heads, grab a Pokemon from your deck and switch it with Ditto.
Ooh.
And so like the way it's worded is that you can go get a stage 2 like pretty right away.
Wow. Okay.
So like there's interesting combos with that, and I don't think it's anything to like really write home about quite yet, but it's a good card.
Is this it?
Yeah, which also
Okay.
love the artwork.
That's cute.
Love that artwork a
Yep.
lot. It reminds me of the old one with the Numels on it, where there's a bunch.
Oh, with a Ditto. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Ditto card, but it's
Yeah.
all Numels because one of the Numels is a Ditto.
That's cool. Yeah.
Same vibes. But
Yeah.
this card people will try to cook up. It's one of those ones where you look and you go, like this is a very interesting effect that
Mhm.
like being able to cheat out a stage 2 on a coin flip, not the worst. I don't think it'll be an overwhelming play, but it's one that makes you think. Outside of that, the Mew EX, I believe, is like the other big one that people are hyping up. Because let me pull it up here. Yeah, the effect of Mew, where you can copy attacks of Pokemon, has just always been good. This Mew almost verbatim. This Mew has existed 2 different times, and both times it was good.
Cool. Okay.
So no, this Mew will see play at some point, I'm sure.
Okay.
We'll have to see how, but I think those are the big 2 if I'm remembering correctly. It's a small set, right? Like, and it's mostly there just to like, hey, cool artwork and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
But nothing. I don't think there's anything else that's like really like scream and shout about, if I'm remembering.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. The other thing that was kind of, it's neither here nor there. It's just another. It would only really be another treatment of things that are already out there. Have you seen this going around on social media?
I have.
Okay.
I'm skeptical of it.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons to be skeptical. This kind of made me remember all of kind of like the serialized cards Magic the Gathering does. People are saying this would be something like a really low pull rate or something like that.
I would put money. I don't think it's real. I think we are pretty good about knowing what's coming, even like the secret rares and stuff. And like we have English scans of a lot of things. Like I don't think this is real. It's weird too with the whole like B8/RG, unless that is the collection number that's gonna be a thing. No, this is weird. If it's real, I'd be shocked.
Yeah. And I believe that the Mew and the Mewtwo cards that we know that are real, like the futuristic rarity or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I mean, art is largely subjective, but I look at this and I say this wouldn't be a valuable card based on the merits of the art. I mean, I don't know. It's like kind of like something you dream about in your nightmares. I don't know. It's
honestly
not. Yeah.
It's just not something that they do. And granted, like they are kind of pushing the boundaries with a lot of the art. Yeah. Right. Like The Pikachu's look a little weird, the little metallic, like you said. But
Before we talk about the state of the game specifically, there were a couple things that I've kind of over time, thrown into my bookmarks on X, and I haven't gotten to ask you about it. That was Ep.2, the introduction of Team Rocket. Very cool. Yeah. But the thing I wanted to ask you about first, I saw this, and this kind of gave me a chuckle on X. Arceus, a legal deck of 60 Arceus. For someone who, I've seen the card before, but I don't know how this would work mechanically. Can you explain this?
So the card says it on the card. You can play as many. Now, granted, when this card came out, if you look in the bottom corner, it's a little blurry there, but it says AR5. There are 9 Arceuses. And so you can play as many Arceus as you want in your deck, which breaks the rules. Now, the fun part, and we actually have it built. It's not downstairs. It's in the new house. We have it built of an Arceus deck in 2010. You can do it. It is viable. It's not good, but it's a lot of fun. Ripple Swell lets you accelerate. As long as you have 6 different type Arceus in play, Ripple Swell will bring an energy out and attach it to each one of them. And then there's like cards, there's stadiums that let you move it, there's level X's that make you copy things. Like, it's a very like gimmicky and quirky deck. It's just not good for a lot of different reasons that I don't want to get into, but what you see on your screen is a legal deck list. Absolutely. It would be terrible. Actually, no, not even terrible. You can't even win. Like, how do you win? You don't have energy, so you can't. Never mind. You get to start an Arceus, you get to bench 6 more, and then that's it.
So would you say that they, on the design team, they probably understood the potential for it to be a legal deck, but because it can't attack, they were fine to allow that to slide? I mean, there was all sorts of weird balancing with it, I am sure. But if I am not mistaken, the reason they did it is because that was the first ever printing of Arceus. And so they wanted to give it a special treatment as like the god of Pokemon, and they said, it is the first Arceus. So it's like, hey, this guy can break the rules of the game. You can put as many Arceus as you want, and everyone were like, whoa, that's crazy. But then I'm pretty sure the second Arceus that ever came out was like dog water. Like, it was terrible. Let me see. So Arceus came out in the set Arceus around 09 and 010, and then there were some promos that came out in the latter half of XY. Those promos are bad. Very bad. Then Shining Arceus was like, and then you had Arceus Prism Star, which was played, and then the big bad ADP, which was one of the best cards ever printed. Then Arceus V-Star, amazing. Like, then they were like, all right, we better give this guy good stuff. But that's to make a very, very short story long. That is how I think that's why they were like, we gotta give this guy a special little thing because he's the god of Pokemon. And one thing I heard a major YouTuber say this yesterday, doesn't really necessarily do anything with Pokemon, just like comment on it, though. He said Pokemon was one of the most mismanaged franchises. I mean, like, things that lore isn't always consistent, and like the movies, I like the movies, but every movie is disjointed from the anime. The movies sometimes feel like they were made by kids. A lot of things that could have been really done well, and kind of the things like magic to go back to that, is really big on flavor. Like the lore of the card, the lore of the character actually matches with the mechanics given to it. And Arceus, like you said, it's really supposed to be the supreme Pokemon, but at the same time, like, there should only be one Arceus then. So like, they've done some of this rule breaking, but I would have liked to seen that put there aren't 60 Arceus out there. Like, if we're going by lore and what it's supposed to be, it would have been nice if they had done that in a different way.
I think that's inherently the problem with the way that the IP is set up to begin with, right? Is that I think there's 2 things in play. The fact that you have cards that you need to translate into TV show, which you need to translate into video game, which you need to translate. Now, granted, there are media franchises that do a very, very, very good job of that. I just think that Magic might have just been ahead of its time because, like, outside of Pokemon in the late 90s,
Yeah.
what other things had everything?
Yeah, that's right.
Pokemon was like, if I'm not mistaken, the first ones to have like a major foothold in every sort of like nerd medium thing.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're the pioneers. They're gonna flub it from time to time. They're not gonna be consistent, which like nowadays we expect that. Like
Hmm.
you see what's happening with like League of Legends and the way that they're
Hmm.
expanding. Like,
Hmm.
they've done comic books and games, and Arcane was a massively successful. Like they do a very good job of making sure that their world building like stays the same,
Yeah.
because they know that that's like what their fans want.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
But Pokemon didn't care from the start, and it doesn't matter because people will still buy their things, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. But I thought it was very, very kind of an interesting card as far as what's out there. The other thing I wanted to ask you about, I remember sending you a Discord message about this, um, and this kind of, I wouldn't say I'm a master shuffler. I don't know if I would shuffle cards like this
Ross is a gym leader, ladies and
myself.
gentlemen. He has collected
But you mentioned Ross Cawthorn. You said he's kind of a legend in the card game, and people were kind of laughing at the way he shuffles his deck. But I guess I was thinking like Steve Jobs, if he wants to park in the handicap spot and walk in, barefoot, let him do it. And it seems like it's kind of the same. He's a legend, so let him do what he.
Yeah, Ross doesn't have time to learn to shuffle, man. Like, that dude is, I kid you not, literally a rocket scientist. I'm pretty sure he's I think he's an astrophysicist. Is what he is. He's
Okay.
like wicked smart in like real life.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's how he has always shuffled. I have firsthand experience. I played against him in the 2016 World Championships.
Oh, cool.
So like, but he's also has ties to Seattle. His team, X-Files, the team of friends that have tested and stuff together forever, is based in Seattle.
Okay.
So no, like Ross is good buds with everybody in the PNW. So like, yes, I tangentially know who he is. But yeah, he's the only dude that's qualified for every single World Championships.
Amazing.
He has never really had like a major breakthrough. Back in 2011 Worlds, he got runner-up on a deck that he invented the night before.
Whoa.
There is a whole story on that, maybe another time, but like, dude's a legend, and he just has never learned to shuffle, but like, he is shuffling within the means of the rules, where as long as the top card is changing and there's some mashing and whatever, opponents always pick up his deck and shuffle it for him, because it's like, he does a few of these, gives it to them, and they're always like, wow, I'll give it to you. I think a Bond doesn't. Okay, but here's the fun part about this specific matchup is Abon Ahmed is also a Seattle guy.
Oh, okay.
So like, while Ross doesn't live in Seattle anymore, Abon and Ross have crossed paths plenty of times. Although Abon is a child, he is a toddler. I don't think he's legal to drink yet. I don't know. If Abon ever watches this, he'll throw me shade for it. I love the dude. Abon's great. I say hi to him all the time. I've seen him in plenty of Seattle things. He's a good dude.
Cool.
But he's also like in college.
Like, oh, wow, okay.
And Ross is building rockets or something.
That's amazing. Yeah. So like, on the other hand, I've seen guys just who are like magicians. I mean, it seems like a lot of people who really shuffle in these really cool ways. That's not good on the cards, right? I mean,
yes and no. I wanted to see if I had. We don't.
Okay, now this is what you
pants here. But like, most people will do a mash where they'll do this, where they kind of mash them together.
Okay.
That doesn't hurt the cards. Like, they're in sleeves.
Yeah.
I've always liked the way I shuffle, because I kind of do this little flair where I'll like.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of let them go a little bit. But this is how you see most everyone shuffle. And then when you get to low amounts of cards, right, you'll see people do it kind of quickly because there's less cards in there.
Nice. Okay.
Some people will do one of these things where they're kind of just put it on top. But yeah, the only thing that really damages cards, which you will see from time to time, is the true like riffle, where they'll do this.
Okay.
I've never been good at riffling, but like some people will really like really grind on those cards.
Yeah.
But Ross is doing, he's kind of doing a mash. He's taking it and just like kind of mashing it towards the bottom. God, I can't even do it.
It's like sorting mail. That's cool.
Honestly, yeah. He's just kind of taking it and putting it on the bottom, and that's totally legal and fine and everything.
That's
so.
cool.
But
good stuff.
I mean, people have their own little. People have their own little ways of doing things, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. And then the only other thing that was on my list to bring up to you, I just wanted to ask your thoughts on this. There's this AI battle challenge going on. That the Pokemon card game is putting up, and a lot of people were on social media were quick to go the whole AI slop tag, and it's not generative, so there's a little bit of misunderstanding there. My concern was that in the fine print, Pokemon essentially can use your whatever products you come up with. And there's no you own it, but you're also ceding to them the ability to use it, without any expectation of compensation. And for me, it kind of seemed like, I don't want to say like a gimmick, but I mean, I have enough time, enough of a time maintaining my 50% win rate with Roaring Moon, on
Sure.
online. So it doesn't seem like AI is needed to further improve the player experience, for a product. It's kind of seemed like maybe it's like a chess player competing against AI just for some buzz, for some news stories. Was there any benefit to this, or was it just kind of another kind of marketing thing that you thought?
You know what? I don't know if they really intended as a marketing. I think it's wild because Pokemon is like famously like not really cared about their competitive product, and the reason why is you would see more of a balancing thing. You would see more stuff going into their regionals. You'd see more like geared towards like the player side of things, and that's just like never really been the case, which is not bad. They're trying to sell a product. They do a good job of it, and I'm not slighting them for that. But when you see other games like start to ban cards and do adjustments and all this other stuff, they never want to get into the worry of like kids not understanding things. They want to keep it as simple as possible.
Okay.
So when they came out with this whole AI battle challenge, it was very interesting because I was like, ooh, this seems like their first like, ooh, we're like this is something we can do that's competitively a thing and also not confuse people and not confuse the kids. But I do think it is kind of capitalizing on that whole like, hey, AI is pretty neat, but chess has had like supercomputers forever solving their game. The big difference and the point, with all that being said, the big point of all of this is that at the end of the day, it's a card game, which you're going to have luck involved, whereas chess is not. Like there is no luck in chess. So there is a way to quantifiably be like, this is the correct play. Whereas in Pokemon, you have luck. So they can optimize it for like, here's what I think you should do. And people like me and people around my world can look at a 7-card hand and pretty much play 85% of them without putting much thought into it and be like, these are the cards you play. So like, I feel like they're trying to get to that stage of it where they're like, we really want to make if I load up Pokemon and I don't want to play against some random person online somewhere else, I can play someone with high skill as a computer player to practice. I think that's why they're doing it.
Okay.
Because that makes it more accessible for people. Hey, you don't have to have you don't have to find someone online to play. And the online experience, you don't have chats on live because they want to keep it safe for kids and such.
Sure.
So I think that's why they're doing it. They want to do some sort of thing that makes it very safe, a good friendly environment for kids, makes them want to come back to it and everything. So like that would be my why they're doing it long term. They just want to create a better player versus computer experience, which in the past has been terrible.
Yeah. So. And one person in the comments on the original post, the Japanese commenter, he said in Japanese, That's great, but how about putting an online app so we can play online for us? Because all the players in Japan who want to, they have to VPN in to play. I would love to see it. I don't know why. I think there's some cultural things that maybe it's better to incentivize people to get out and play in person here. But I sure would love a Japanese version of it. I have to do the same VPN and all that nonsense to be able to play. Yeah.
It's wild. I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, if you want to have a laugh, hop on like Japanese YouTube or Japanese Twitter, and they'll have all these tutorials. There's no Japanese version, and it's all English, so they'll explain how to get a VPN and how to play and what this button means. There's no way for you to do it. Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah. And this is for PTCGL as well as online. Yeah, it's always been that way. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But that being said, we kind of saved the best for the end. I mean, like the master is here, so I want to ask you about the state of the game for competitive. How's it going recently? Are there any updates, or just generally speaking, what's it looking like for you?
Yeah, so a couple. I want to say this through like a couple lenses. Worlds is the next event.
Okay.
So that's what in a few weeks here. We got a new set with the dark. Whatever, the one with Darkrai. It's called Dark something.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so we got that, but we haven't had any tournaments with it. So right now we're only looking at online results.
Okay.
Now, me being I collect retro decks guy goes, all right, 2026 Worlds is probably going to be one that we build. Like, we're trying to build, I have most all the Worlds formats built, so it's like, okay, I'm going to keep a little bit more of a finger on the pulse. And the first thing I do when really analyzing, I already clicked away from it, really analyzing a format as I go onto the online game and see how many decks have a over 2% play rate online. Right now there is 11 decks that have above a 2% play rate. Now, granted, that is splitting up the Dragapult variants into different categories. Like you have straight Pultnor and Blaziken.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, that those 11 is less than it was before. Before we had 15. With that being said, for me, it feels like the format is actually kind of widening.
Okay.
There is more things that actually kind of do well into Dragapult.
Nice.
I still think Dragapult will be the king of worlds, and if it wins, no one would be surprised. And if it is over, I think if it's under 30% played, I would be shocked.
All right.
So it'll still be very represented. But a lot of the other things in the room will be prepared for Dragapult.
Okay.
So the data right now, because there hasn't been major events, is kind of weird. Right now, like the most played deck online, if you split out the Dragapult variants into different categories, is Excadrill, which is new. So is that like, hey, Excadrill is really, really good, and people are playing it because it's good, or it's the shiny new toy and people are trying it?
Okay.
Because the other shiny new toy is right now the 5th most played deck, behind Excadrill Festival Lead, 2 Dragapult variants, and then Delmise, the other new shiny toy that we got.
Yeah.
But like there's a few other cards that kind of adjust things here and there. So I'm going to end up, I've already kind of done some preliminary lists, and it'll depend on like worlds and regionals and that sort of thing. I'm probably going to build 10 to 12 decks from this format to really encapsulate it.
Wow.
Compared to 2025's 20 decks that I built.
Wow.
So it is one of the weirder kind of in between good formats, I would say. I think 2027 is going to be better because our rotation is going to make a little bit more sense. This is one where we have some Scarlet Violet, some Mega, like it's kind of straddling those two things, and those formats have always been kind of awkward. So all that being said, Worlds is coming up, and by the time you see this, either Worlds, the audience has seen this. It is either Worlds is soon or Worlds is just happened.
Mhm.
It is coming up.
Okay.
And so Dragapult will still dominate. There'll be a lot of really cool rogues, and all those cool rogues will have answers to Dragapult. But Dragapult is still Dragapult, and it will be amazing.
Okay.
The more fun thing is to guess what the second most played list is, and that is a hard question because Excadrill was the early odds on fair, like, hey, this new thing is actually pretty good. But people are, instead of playing straight Dragapult, they're just playing Dragapult Blaziken now, and Blaziken just eats Excadrill alive.
Oh, okay.
So who knows there. People are touting Zoroark as being decent again, but there's grass things, and then Grimmsnarl has been doing well, which is Grimmsnarl's not a good deck, but it's doing well, and a prominent player just won a big tournament online with it. Like, the second most played deck is going to be, who knows, which is like, so with all, you know, with that, it's like really exciting that like decks not named Dragapults 4 through 10 are going to be just wild things that like people show up with.
Nice.
So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, are the top 8 of Worlds going to feature 4 to 5 Dragapult decks? Yeah, probably. But those other 3, oh boy, they're going to be wild, and everyone will be rooting for them, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch those ones. So, State of the Game is really exciting. I think by the time that Rayquaza set hits English, we will know for sure if Dragapult is still being the terror that it is, or is it? It feels like it's finally starting to like go down in percentage a little bit, and we can finally breathe a little sigh of relief. But you know, until April when Dragapult rotates, like it'll be the most played deck. Its stranglehold on the meta is loosening. It'll be the most played deck until April, but it won't be 40%. It'll be like 25 and 20 if things start trending the way that they're trending, and you go, okay, that's more manageable best deck in format instead of just half of the room is playing it.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah, it's actually pretty. I've been really enjoying. I've been playing a lot this summer. Way more. I won a locals, everybody. I went to my local game store and played for the first time in a month, and I always got to go back and remind people that I still got it. I live in Iowa. No one's here, but I still gotta go and be like, I can still kick it with the young guns from time to time.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, good stuff. Congrats.
Yeah.
And I assume you're not playing Dragapult.
No. I always cook up something not good. I'm playing Starmie right now, which like
cool, yeah, nice.
It's good. Right now on the online meta, Starmie is sitting at a 35th most played.
Okay, well 35. Okay.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that low, but nice. I believe, and I think people are sleeping on it. But
cool. Okay,
I'm only one guy.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. State of the Game. We have a lot of things coming up that will likely change that, but for now, I think that's a good place to wrap. Again, GM wasn't able to make it. He sends his regards. He should be back. This show going forward, these episodes at least, are going to be releasing Friday in the States. So he will probably be back for next Friday, episode 3. And then before that, we'll probably be doing a live opening of Storm Emeralda, depending on how much we get. He may or may not be there for that. And then we'll be back next week for episode 3. Oh, and also, again, social media. If you're on X or Instagram and want to hop on the base there, SecretBaseTR. We're over there on both places. So thanks to Alex for stopping by. I know you have a lot of stuff going on. I really appreciate that in spite of it.
Of course.
I want to have you back again soon. It really classes up our low budget, low class show. I appreciate it.
Dude, I have been out of the main circle of Pokemon's influence for a while. I am washed. But it's fun. I just like talking about Pokemon, man.
It's great. Yeah. I appreciate it though. Thank you. So we'll wrap it there. Thanks guys for stopping by. Don't forget, there's always a spot for you at the base, and we'll be back next week on Secret Base Trainer.
Secret Base Trainer.